Hello, welcome back. Last time I saw the symmetry rule at its full power and just chewed through the puzzle list, so we got quite a way farther here. Alright, so 54. You I looked at and then bailed out because you're large, but are you symmetrical? No, that's an asymmetry right there. Okay. Alright, so starting with normal rule set. What's large? Don't do that. Wiggle room 2. Good start. That's gonna be... Could this be as little as 5? Yes, it could. Okay. 6-3, this is gonna be less than that. Which is 4, so you get 2. Okay. I think I'm doing this right. This is gonna be 7. This is more... Or is it? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, space 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 6. 4, 1, 4, 3. My vague mumblings to myself hopefully are intelligible after this much time. What does 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 look like? A full row? Yeah, that's what I thought. There we go. What about... that's gonna be too much. 3, but this full column is pretty good. I called it a row before, but you know, it's the same thing. Just oriented differently. That's the wrong symbol! Whoa! Press the other button. I looked at my board and suddenly it just looked extremely not like what I would expect. 4-1, don't know which that is. 3-4, don't know anything. 5-1, don't know. I know this is the 5, so I know that's not there. Because the 5 can't fit left of that. Doesn't help this column because that's just a 1. Alright, 6-3, I've already done what I can. 2-6. Well, I know this is the 6, and since it's capped over there and the 2 can't fit, then that tells me a lot, actually. Okay. So if this is the 8... then this can't be. Still doesn't tell me much because that column's a 1. This is a 6, which I already knew. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, space, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there is a 4 in here. Because 2 can't fit over there. Wiggle room is 4, so I can't input any of those, but I can input 3 of these. Alright, so what has that told me? So, columns that have no 1s in them and have a space of 1 can be x'd out like that. Somewhere from 1. Okay, so I've interacted with these. 3 and 3... Doesn't look too promising, don't want to mess with. Could these be separate? 2, 3, space, 1, 2, space... Hold on, okay, so this is telling me something. 1, space, 1, 2, space, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, space, 1, 2, 3. This has to be filled in. Hang on, wiggle room's only 1, right? So let's undo that. 1, 2, space, 1, 2, 3, space, 1, 2, space, 1. Yeah, wiggle room is only 1. This has to be filled in. That's what the 3 is. The 2 goes here. Wiggle room of this, though, is only 1 still. It couldn't have gone up. It only could have stayed or gone down. And it stayed. Okay. Having interacted with that, I know the... hold on. 2, 3, space, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this could be the 3 or the 4. I have no knowledge. For you, that won't tell me anything. For you, that won't tell me anything. Okay. So, continuing. 8, this is contiguous. That's not as much as I know. I also know this. Alright, now I interacted with these. Those are... that's a 2. This one I do not know about, right? Could it be 1, 2, 3, space, 1, 2, space, 1, 2? Absolutely. So no knowledge there. 2, space, 1, 2, space, 1. I do not know that this is the 2 that it highlighted there. It could be the final one. Okay. This X was placed recently, so I can fill out more of that 4 and X that out. So I interacted with these columns. The last one is a 1. A 3 can't fit here with a 1 below it, so this is a 1. So that is a 3, so that's there, and this is nothing. Okay. This is a 3, and it doesn't join up to that, which means by, like, the weird adjacent... I don't know what to... I don't have a name for this rule, but because I know these are split apart in one place or the other, like, the outward propagation of the split... That's not a catchy name, but, you know, that tells me I can fill things in that way. And nothing doing here. However, this ends with a 2, so it must be like that. There's a 1 here, so it must be that. There's a 1 here, so it must be that. Okay, that's helping things. Alright, this column just decided that that is indeed the final 2, which was an exact fit, I think. Yes, okay. I saw something change way up above and had to look up there to figure out what it had been. Wiggle room of 1. That's already known as it is. Okay. Oh, this row's done, by the way. Hey, an end row was finished. But the most interesting part of finishing an end row is the cells that are filled in, and those are already handled, so the X's don't really tell me anything in particular. Yet. This, however, does constrain this 3 that I know is here, and this 1 has to be that. Okay, so it actually told me a bunch of things. Cool. Then that's a 2 there. This 6 can only fit like that, which was already true. This 2 has to involve that one. There's an X there now, so I can do this. That means that's the 3. Okay. This thing is already as good as it's gonna get for now. Okay. This 3 got a cap on that side, which means this X is out. Well, not a cap, it gained a cell here is what happened. That can be X'd. That's good enough constraint to finish this. Great. Now I know this is a 2, but I already knew that. There's just a 4 here, so that row's done. This is a 4, so this is filled in. There's a 1 to the right of it, not to the left, so I know that. I do know now that this is the 4, and the 3 is over here. 5, 1 could be either way around, don't know yet. 6 looks like that. 3 doesn't look like this. 6 looks like that. 2, I don't know yet. 8 is as it always was. Okay. Column search again. So if that's a 2, then that's nothing. It has to be that this is the 1, that's the 2, and the 3 is like this. That's the only way that fits. 2, 1, 1, 1. Well, I know this is a 1. Therefore, I know the 2 can only go here. Therefore, I know the 1 is there. Okay? I know this is a 2. I don't know if this is a 1 or a 2. Do I? I think I do, because the only way it fits is if it's a 1. Yeah, I can't fit otherwise. Still don't know the final 2. I see that this row is completable. I see that I've tacked something onto the 8, so I know what that is now. That's 7, that's 8. There we go. I've interacted with you, which completes the 3 and the entire column. You can be done. You can be done. This 4 can get a cap, so 1 goes in one of those, and I still don't know which. This row is already done. This row is already done. This row is already done. This is a 5, and the row can be done now. This row is already done. This one is done. This one has unknowns. This one is done. Okay, so that's the only place this 1 goes, which means that. That's a 3, that's a 3, and here's the final cell. It's a drill. No, it's a... well, yes. It's a crustacean drill, one of those things. Alright, 55. It's satisfying when I get to actually... Do I see symmetry? 8, 2, 2... No. When I actually get to place all the X's before the puzzle kicks me out and says, hey, you solved it. It's somehow less satisfying when I, you know, haven't filled in all the spaces. With at least something. This is very close to symmetry, but no, here's a row that has an asymmetry. Here's another, here's another, here's another, here's another. But all the others have it. Alright, so 5's like that. Yeah, so split down the middle constrains me a lot, actually. If 2 and 4 have to fit here, there's only one way that happens, and in fact there's only one way the 7 happens, so that's fully complete. Alright, just looking at rows right now. 1, 5, 2, 4, yeah, that's an exact fit. 1, 5, 5, 1, pretty sure is an exact fit. I'm gonna input this as if it is, and be right. Gonna input this as if it is, and be right. Gonna input this as if it is, and be right. Gonna input this as if it is, and be right. Can't do this one, though. That's as far as that process goes. This has the 5 pattern. What does this look like? Gonna try inputting this as if it's an exact fit, and turns out it is. 6 numbers in one row, is that the most I've seen? Might be. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so you're as good as you're gonna get already. Wait, are you? Yes. Maybe? Yes. 2, 2, 4, 2. That's a 4, so the 2's have to go there, and that's that 2. 1, 1, 1, 8, great. 1, 1, 1, 8, great. Bunch of 1s and a 4. Yeah, this one is just like full of cells. 2 here, 8 there. That 5 is complete, which tells me something about this 3. 3 here, 8 there. That's the best I can do now. Yeah, I don't know the same thing about this 5, but maybe after going right to left I will learn. Exact fit with the X's that are put in now. Yeah, this is, like, it's not symmetrical, but it's like the closest I've seen without actually being, it feels like. Okay. 3, 8. Do I know this now? Because this 5 is done, so therefore that 3 goes up there. Yeah, this is like so close to symmetry. Those 5s are done. My right ear is getting tired, but that's nothing new. It's just what the game does. Well, that was it. Ah, the asymmetry is all down in the bottom. It's a fence, but the wood grain is different between the 2 posts. I see how it is. So that's what a nearly symmetrical thing looks like in terms of the... Could I make inferences from partial symmetry? Like, could I have known just from looking at that puzzle state that the top ones were perfectly centered? I don't think I could have. Pretty sure that's not a safe conclusion to draw. And I didn't need to. What about you? Columns have exact symmetry, rows have exact symmetry. Okay, this will be a quick one then. That's where the center is not. No, it's, wait, hold on. So now, if the puzzle were an odd-numbered width... Wait, how would this work if the puzzle were an odd-numbered width? I'm having trouble doing that transformation in my head, so let's not worry about it. Is this exact? No. Okay, so undo that. But hang on, but I know that 10 has to be centered. It's hard to eyeball 10 numbers, that's a lot. So I know the 2 is centered, right, yeah, so all center numbers In odd-numbered... Yeah, so if this were an odd-numbered width, then all even number of item rows would be the ones that get... Well, no. I don't know, it'd be different. Like, yeah, here's an even number, and I can't directly input anything yet. This is a fox? Okay, if you say so. That doesn't look right, because it's not quite exact fit there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ones. 6 plus 5, 11. Not good enough. Okay. Alright, have I done all that I can with rows alone? Almost. I can do this. And now I think that's true. Alright, so... 7 and 1. So I know this is part of a 7. So it can't reach that high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With that amount of wiggle. I know this is the 4, and it fits like that. I know these are 4s, or, yes, those two. I know those are 2s, but that doesn't tell me which side yet. Where was I? Right, going 2 directions at once. This is a 3, so the columns are done. Fours can't reach there. These are... wait, hang on. Yeah, there's no 3s there, so this has to be. And those are 1s at the end, so that's done. This is a fox puzzle, so this must be a fox I'm drawing. Can't tell what he's doing. Okay, so 3s can't fit there. Now, that's constrained this a lot. So they can't touch right. Okay, so here's what I can do with even-numbered rows. That. Yeah. So even-numbered rows, I know, cannot... Yeah, so any row that has an even number of members cannot touch the middle 2, no matter what. I'm pretty sure. When symmetry rule is in effect, that should be a safe conclusion to draw. Okay, so that's that one. Here's a 6. Why do my things look different? Because I'm in the wrong place. This is a 4, by the way. Yeah, so I can just kind of nibble at this from wherever I want to. Any place that looks appealing. Do the like, flood fill outward thing. Yeah, so now I've capped this off so that cell isn't touching this region. No 1s in that column, so those get capped. No 1s in that column, so those get, well, sorry, x'd. Which means I can input these, which is helpful. To several things. 6, 7. 6, 7. So yeah, flood filling, these are being touched, so I can do that. I don't know whether this is 1 or 2 yet. Could be either way around. Okay. So now, I know this is active, because only 1, 1 can fit out here. Therefore that's that one. And that's x'd things out, therefore this has to be the 2. Right? Yes. Okay. Ears. There's something above the ears. Okay. I guess it's the tail sticking up. Okay, where am I? There's not, like, a whole lot of space unfilled, but this is all made of 1s. This column is a 2. This is a 2 and a 4. Wiggle room of 3 now, so that fills in those 1s. Or sorry, wiggle room of 1 now, is what I meant. Those get x'd, therefore this goes here. Then this is a 4. So I know that 2. Yeah, wiggle room of 1, of course. Row done. I need one more 1 here, and it's that, and that's that too, and that's this. This isn't shaped quite like I thought it was. Okay, so, and this is the last one. No point in Xing out those. Well, oh, I guess you're swimming. Yeah, okay, so just head is poking up above the water. That's what's happening. Okay, neat. 56. Ah, I went too far left. The hazard of steering. Hey, my right ear gets a break. That's nice. 11 tall. That's all in this row and that one. Yeah, so going straight down the middle like that is a good start. This is not perfect symmetry. Wait, I don't know those things. It's not perfect symmetry. Get out of symmetry rule set mindset. But I do know those. Five and 1. Wait a second. Wait. I mean, it does have to be those things, which means that's an exact fit. Yes, okay. 3, 1. That is the 3, so it's not here. Right. What am I looking at? I will know right now. It is one of the keys. It's the slime key. All right, cool. 57. Ooh, 15 by 15. Big one. Is it symmetrical? Ah, why audio panning? You gotta be this way. Like already, just the second one in the row. Trying to eyeball, yes, but it is an odd-numbered width, so what does that mean? Well, that means that the numbers that I fill in the center here will themselves be odd. That's what it means. Okay, now I get it. Right, and anything that has an even number of members here can get 1 X in the middle. Okay. Alright, so variance of the symmetry rule. This is neat. 7 here. 3 there. 3 here. 7 here. It's gonna be real funny when there's a puzzle that somehow, like, breaks this rule, and I'm applying it, going my merry way, and just not realizing... Highlight, you don't know what you're doing. Not realizing that, it's not universally applicable. If that happens, it will be entertaining. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Okay, yeah, and any singletons like that get things filled in, but there weren't any others. Except this. Okay. Vertical symmetry? Hold on. Double symmetry? 1, 7, 3, 1, 3, 1, 1. 2, 5, 2. No. Be interesting, though. Like, there hasn't been vertical symmetry without horizontal so far. It may happen. It may not. Horizontal symmetry is a lot more common, just like in general. Okay, so flood fill rule. Not a rule, but you know. Way to view the puzzle. So this spills out and is a 3. These are spilling out, that's shaped like that. That's that 1. And this row's done. And right, these are... Those are 2s, aren't they? They have to be. Okay, now you know which one that is. Good for you. This is supposed to be kept. Okay, so right, this is touching left and right, and I don't know more than that yet. Don't know more yet. This is touching upward, and I know that this can't be, and this must be the 4. This must be the 2. Right, let's do the flood fill from the top. Alright, well that kept, that hasn't touched these cells, but it does touch over here, and I know those are 3s. Okay, so I know that's a 1, and that column's done. Same for you. That's a 3. That column's not done. Those are 1s, and that row's done. Those are 2s, and that row's done. That's a 7. Those are 1s, that row's done. Those are 3s, that row's done. Those are 1s. Those are 1s. What haven't I done? These? Yep. Alright, so skull with crosshair around it. When was that ever used in the game? I don't know. 58. No symmetry. Any large numbers? Is that large enough to put in? Yeah, 1 each. Then this will be 2? Like that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space 1. No. Whoa. Wait, hold on. 1, space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that gets 1. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, right. This is 1 wider, but the number I'm filling in is 1 less, so those cancel out. So the subtraction, I'm subtracting a smaller number from a smaller number, but they both add up to 1. If that makes any sense. And this is the same number here, since it's 2 and 4 instead of 1 and 5, so wiggle room will be 4 here, is what I'm saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, space 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And since that's a 4, I can't fill anything in. Okay, so this is a paltry start. That's a 1, 5, so it'll be the same pattern as that. Alright, so I do not get a lot to work with. I know this is not the 1. 1, 2, 3, space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space 1, wiggle room is 2. 1, space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, hold on, that's off center. I know this is the 5, and I know that's telling me more than just the wiggle room would tell me alone. It goes downward. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes? Question mark? I think so. And I know this, and I know that too. Yeah, so that's this here. I'm applying that rule that I don't have a name for yet, but the split difference of the something. Yeah, I do not have a name for that. Don't worry about it. Don't need a name for everything. Don't know if that's the 1 or the 3. Don't know if that's the 1 or the 5. Yes, I do. It's the 5. And I've already input that. Now, with this cell input, what does that tell me about this 5? That it can't go this far over? The 4 could fit there. Okay, so 6 and 1. Well, no, the 6 could come all the way down here and the 1 could be there. So no real knowledge. Okay, so here is where it looks like I just have, like, nothing going on. So I'm going to reread... Oh, also this column I can probably do something with before I go and reread things. Yeah, so that's wiggle room of 1. Could have evaluated you a little earlier. Okay, so having done that, that has given me no certainty here. Well, yes, I know that's the 5. It can't come over that far. I know that's the 6. Now it can't come over that far. This 3 lets me place an X here. And I interacted with this, so that 3 means this is an X. This 6 means that is, and that is, and that is. Well, the 6 doesn't mean that, but the 2 and the 5 do. Similarly here and here. Okay, so I'm getting close to the point where I can start inputting this 2 at the bottom. And I interacted with this row, which doesn't help me at all. Okay, so this 5. There are 2 places it can fit, so that doesn't help. Alright, I would like to reread what I've already done. 1, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Space 1, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't draw any more conclusions here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, space 1, 1, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. still don't know anything more there. And other rereads, 2 and 4. 1, 2, space, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, space, 1, 2, still don't know. 5, space, 1, 1, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, space, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space, 1. 1, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, space, 1, 2, 3. Well, sure. 1, 2, 3, space, space, 1. That process didn't help. Where can I put something in that I'm not realizing I can? Like, I keep wanting to do something with this column. But I can't. Not yet. Yeah, what can I do anywhere? Is one of these like 3, 4, 5? I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those don't touch. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. I just don't have enough constraints anywhere to do stuff, do I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those touch. Okay, so that tells me nothing I can use. So this 5 is either all of these and none of these, or all of these and none of these. But I don't think knowing that helps me with anything. As if I can place an X anywhere in this column, that will... no. That would give me some insight. Yeah, I know this is a 2, but one could fit left of it, one could fit right of it. This could extend left or extend right, so I can't input anything from that. What else am I missing? Gotta be something somewhere. Well, I reevaluated every rule of what I've put down on the board so far, and that led me to nothing. I'm going to restart, although it's hard to imagine what if I could have, like, put in an extra mark that would make me uncertain of things. Like, the more marks I have, the more certainty I get of the future. But let's reset. Okay, so 6 lets me put this in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wiggle room is 5. 1 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do this very methodically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, space, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wiggle room is 4. Can't input anything. 1, 2, got nothing, got nothing, got nothing, got nothing. 1, 5. 1 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's all I can determine from rows alone. All the rest are small numbers. Columns alone. Way too much, way too much, way too much, way too much. 1, 2, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, space, 1, space, 1, 2. 1, 2, space, 1, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, space, 1, 2. 1 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so... I keep running into that, so I can't count that way. I know something about that spacing, but I think it doesn't tell me anything. Space, 1, 2, 3... Wait a second, did I know this before? Yeah, I did. I did. No, that was already fully known, as it was. 2, 3, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Wait, so yes, I know this. But yeah, I already had that. And then the 1 I know nothing about. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can only go this far over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can only go this far over. You have no such constraint. For this, I don't think I know anything. For this, I don't know anything. For this, I know all of those things. And now that I've input that row of x's, this ends with a 3, this ends with a 5, this ends with a 2, this ends with a 6. This ends with a 1, so I can't put anything here. This ends with a 2, this ends with a 5. And have I fully recreated my prior board state? Learning nothing new. Kind of feels like it. Like, this is as far as it gets with the rules that I know. Do I have to invent some new ones? Like, all my conclusions seem to hold up. Okay, so let's evaluate things this way. Here is a binary choice. The 5 is either exactly this, or exactly this. So let's evaluate the puzzle state if it were exactly like that. This would be nothing. Or, sorry, no. These 3 would be filled in. What that does to this column is I would know that this is filled in. That 6 would join here. So all of these would be empty. Constraining this 5 on the left to be somewhere including those. But that doesn't touch anything over here. This would be an X. This 5 would stretch over here. Everything still works as far as I can eyeball. Yeah, none of those things interface with these others in a way that's impossible. But do they do that if it's here? So that would be an X. That would be an X. Hey, here we go. This would be an X. This would be an X because all of those end with non-ones. This ends with a 1. This column is a 3. Hang on, maybe this 5 and this 3 interrelate in a way that I can determine something from. So then the 3 would be down here. So hold on a second, let's go back to the other way. 6 could reach all the way over there. 2 could not, this would be an X. Therefore the 3 couldn't fit here and would have to involve this cell. So that 1 would be resolved, the rest of the row would just have 1 somewhere else. This would be an X. I'm not detecting impossibilities from this. Hold on, right, but I was checking this way. Yeah, so 3 is possible both ways. Is anything impossible one way or the other? So the 3 would have to be here with this. That would have to be true. 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be an X. This would be filled. That'd be an X. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay, so this is a part of the board state I did not recreate. This 6 tells me one thing there. Okay, so does that affect my reasoning for any of the other things here? No. It really does not. However, now hang on, so this 6, no, doesn't have a binary choice. It can slide anywhere from starting here to starting here and going upward. Okay, are there any other binary choices like where this 5 goes? This one slides... No, that's the only thing that, like, slices a something in half. If I knew what this cell was, that row would resolve a bunch of stuff. I feel like I can somehow infer something about, like I feel like what I need for progress is right in this area. Like the 6 in this one, and then what the things that are filled in for this 5 are doing to the one up here. I know of these 3 cells, exactly 1 is filled in. So this 5 row then interacts with that. So if I knew what this cell's state was, if I knew this cell was filled... No, that wouldn't tell me anything about that. Man, I don't know, like, I don't even know what kind of rule I need to apply here, or if there's just something with my existing rule set that I haven't observed. Because yeah, I'm just... this just isn't giving me what I need. Okay, maybe I can do something with this. So I note a dependency between these 2 6s and the 2 1s that are in this column. Both 6s cannot extend this far left. Because if they did, then I would have a 2 in this column. So only one of these 6s, or 0 of them, extends this far left. That doesn't sound like enough to go on. But if it cannot be that both 6s extend this far left... Ah, that does tell me something about this column, doesn't it? I think it does, so check it out. So the 6-1 column interrelates with the relationship between these 6s and those 1s. If both 6s cannot extend this far left, they're both flush up against this column, meaning at least one has to extend right, meaning at least one of these is filled in, meaning this is part of the 6 and it comes down like that. Whoa, yeah, that is a whole new rule I had to apply, and spotting that relationship? That took a lot. Okay. But that gets me at least 2 more things filled in. So hang on. Let's make sure about that, though. For these both to be empty. Hang on, doesn't that tell me that much? For these both to be empty and the 6 to extend all the way up. Both of these 6s would have to extend all the way to the left, and I know that's impossible. At least one cannot extend farther than the 4th column here that I'm in. That means at least one of these is filled in, yes. And since I know this is a 6-1 column that already has the 1 input... Oh, so I know this is the 1, right? Do I? Or could that still be the 6? Okay, so I know those things by that rule. Whoa, okay. Hold on. Do I know it's both, though? If I know it's at least 1... I know this, but I don't necessarily know that. This 6 could still extend all the way to the left, and that could be the cap of the 6, but I know this cell must be filled in. Because this has to be contiguous, so it can't be that one and not that one. Ah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's an X. Okay, so those are all X's. Hey, that helps something probably. I think I still don't know anything more about that, except... Wait, if I know this has to be filled in... I still don't know about that one. Yeah, no, that's all I know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 2, 3, 4... Okay, so that did give me a bunch of X's there, that's cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Well, now I know they both extend this way, but I don't know that neither of them extends that far left yet. Okay, things are happening. Slowly but surely. Hang on, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gets an X. One more constraint in this column and I would know what this is. Okay, so up here, this 5 has become very constrained, so I can put 4 of its things in, and that helps a whole lot. Here we go. Floodgates opened. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, okay, so that finishes a row. Meaning I know where this 5 isn't, meaning I know where it is, meaning I know this 3 is here, I know this 5 is like that, I know that's a 2, I know this 6 connects there. So this is the one that doesn't extend that far. Okay. This one still may or may not. And actually I know it doesn't, so neither does. Here we go. Okay. 3 still has 2 places it can go, so I'll leave that alone. Okay. Wow. Alright. So it was just legitimately that much to it. This one tells me where the 5 is. That 5 doesn't tell me anything more yet. That 6, still not constrained enough. This 6 is just a 6, so as soon as I filled that in, I knew you couldn't be anything but that. 2 can't fit over there, so I know where the 3 is. Great, yeah, there's 2 at the end of that row. 2 and 4, well I know this is the 4, so it can't reach that far. And now the 2 only has enough wiggle room that that must be true. 1, space, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, space, 1, 2. How is this? 1, 2, 1, 2, space, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, okay, that's what I can fill in. It's like, there's not enough wiggle room for those both to be the minimum that I can put in. Minimum has to be higher, and it was. Okay, so that's this row's done, by the way. Meaning that 5 is here. Not telling me anything more other than this is a 2, but I already knew that. Don't know anything more about that 3. This 5 is capped, meaning I know what this 3 is, meaning that 2 only goes there. This is a 1. Okay. This 2 goes there. This 1 has to go here. Was I able to determine that earlier? As soon as I put in this X, the 1 in this column would have been known. Okay, that was the time at which that became guaranteed. This row's done. This has a 1 down here, so I know what the 3 is. Yeah, so I guess it would make sense that there would only be one of those, Whoa, what's going on with all this? I guess I have to resolve that to resolve everything in here. Yeah, like everything in this little loop-de-loop depends on this cell, so I have to know what this cell is. And how will I determine that? Well, I know this is filled in, by the way, and also that's a 5, so I know that whole column. That's a 2, that's capped off, yes. That's a 5, so I know all of this. And has that? It still hasn't resolved this part. This, however, does it. So resolve that, resolve that, resolve that, resolve that. There we go. And resolve this. Neat. Alright, heavy interdependencies here. The last one is here. Okay. Woohoo! The hardest hairdryer to draw. Okay. So, that's cool. I'm not sure how to, like, systematize that rule. But yeah, with all these diagonal lines, I can see how the interdependency would have ended up the way that it is. Because yeah, diagonals are where things get weird and interconnected in this form of image encoding. Alright, so that was today's doozy. Next time, 59. I'll see you then.